Healthcare is becoming one of the most important issues heading into the 2026 election. And here in the Coachella Valley, local voices are playing a key role in that conversation. DAP Health has joined a national campaign called 7 Days in June, Health is Primary. The focus is to make sure access to care stays a top priority. Today, we're talking with Stephen Henke with DAP Health about why this campaign matters. Welcome, Stephen.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's talk about this. What is 7 Days in June and why is it so important?
Yeah, 7 Days in June is an effort that was sort of born from an idea of Cleve Jones, who is an HIV activist in San Francisco. And it is really just a way for local organizations and healthcare organizations to really bring to the forefront the importance of healthcare access and funding for healthcare access. And so the goal is to educate communities about access points to healthcare and how they can get the care they need, and also make sure that it's top of mind for elected officials and candidates running for office so that they prioritize healthcare funding and access in their platforms.
And you said a lot of people out there are confused about where to go and how to get this access. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. You know, for a lot of marginalized community members, they access not just one or two organizations, but sometimes it's a patchwork of 4, 5, or 6 different organizations that come together and fill the gaps, where it be transportation or access to food or access to health care. And that can be confusing. And so one of the things that we're doing, and thank you for participating as the moderator, is hosting a town hall on June 5th at the Cathedral City Senior Center, which will be free and open to the public. We're going to be supplying lunch, and we're bringing together different local organizations to answer the community's questions about those access points to care.
And this is nothing to do with politics. This is just talking healthcare as being a primary matter for us.
That's absolutely right. We have reached out to elected officials and candidates and asked them to fill out a basic questionnaire, but it's nonpartisan, and it really is meant to discern where do they stand and how do they prioritize issues like funding community health centers and other health care that the community prioritizes and needs and accesses. And so we'll be publishing a scorecard on June 5th at that event, but it is completely nonpartisan. It's informational only, so that if you care about matters of healthcare, you'll know where your elected officials or your candidates of choice stand on that issue.
Awareness is key. Why do you think it's so important to elevate our local voices?
Well, because politics is local. You know, all politics is local, and it's important for people to know what the issues are and what is on the ballots so that they can share their stories. When people share their stories, they change the conversation. Because so often very large organizations or very large political spaces, they can forget the very local people impacted by the decisions they make. And so having these conversations gives folks an opportunity to know it's really important for them to share their stories.
So what would you say to someone watching who might want to come to one of these town halls or the events that are taking place?
Yeah, so it's 7 days. You know, check out our website. There's a lot of activities going on each of the 7 days. Hyper-local conversations for 4 days at coffee shops. On the 5th, of course, the town hall. Later that afternoon or early evening, we're partnering with another organization for a candlelight vigil. And just show up. Come and have free lunch, ask local organizations your questions, and share your thoughts and concerns with us so that we can change how we're working to serve you better.
And you're hitting all the cities in the desert?
We are.
Wonderful. Stephen Henke, thank you so much.
Thank you, Thalia.
And I hope to see you on June 5th.
This June, DAP Health and NBC Palm Springs present 7 Days in June, Health is Primary, a week of local conversations and community events focused on healthcare access and accountability. Because health isn't political, it's personal, local, and essential to every community. For more information, visit daphealth.org/healthisprimary.